and touched thousands of people. A young Target employee patiently helping an elderly woman while a child looks on. A customer noticed and shared the story on Facebook. RTV6's Liz Adiola found out new information about that employee who was only 4 days on the job.
Friendly, polite, and attentive are words used to describe Ishmael Gilbert.
I tell myself if I talk to them better, maybe they'll talk to me better.
A 19-year-old who just started working here at the Target in Glendale and is getting a lot of attention.
As long as you treat everybody with the same respect, you should get it back.
Customers are noticing his kind spirit and manners he says his mother taught him. It was another mother, Sarah Bigler, who found herself in Ishmael's checkout line Wednesday. With one person ahead of her, she thought her wait would be quick, but she thought wrong. An elderly customer ahead of her needed extra help and was paying in change.
I didn't think of it no different. I was going to take it just like if it was cash.
I watched him help her count her change, ever so tenderly taking it from her shaking hands. I listened to him repeatedly saying, "Yes, ma'am," to her.
Sarah says her frustration was soon replaced with something else as her daughter looked on, learning a valuable lesson.
We need more pause in our life to look for the positive.
Is teaching my daughter something that I could never
This waitress who's just doing something so nice for us, when she is really the one who needs the help.
Because she's been trying to raise money for a specialized van for her dad, a quadriplegic, and wasn't even halfway there. But then the two firefighters posted about her, and suddenly there's close to $60,000 pledged. This is Liz when she found that out.
It's because of you guys.
Today I'm just a drop of water, and I'm running down a mountainside. Come tomorrow, I'll be in the ocean.
When we approached him, he was crying from the get-go. I guess he had thought that he was in trouble.
Deputy Constable Felix Berrigan is the one on the right. He and his partner approached the man because he was asking for money along a busy, dangerous intersection. But something about him made Deputy Berrigan go one step further.
He seemed misplaced, hurt.
While he wept, the man told deputies he needed $49 to make the trip back to Seattle to reunite with his family.
Been through tough times. We all go through it in life, and I feel like that was his time and he just needed some help.
So without thinking twice, Berrigan turned back and walked to his squad car and pulled out a $100 bill, handed it to a man he just met.
I walked back to him, told him, go ahead and get your bus ticket. I mean, you could tell in his face the emotion quickly changed to tears of joy.
Even from a distance, you can see just how much it meant.
He wouldn't stop hugging me. It's something that everybody should do. Everybody who has a heart, you know, should at least try to do something like that in their life at least once. So I'm sure I made a difference in his life.
There's a ghost upon the moor tonight. Now it's in our house. When you walked into the room just then, it's like the sun came out. I'm an atom in a sea of nothing.
He didn't leave his house much after war broke out 5 years ago, but he had no choice when the home was hit by a bomb. He and his family ran for their lives, first to a refugee camp in Jordan, finally settling in Edmonton just a few months ago. Now, the destruction in Fort McMurray has him wanting to give back.
Edmonton have people nice and place very nice.
Moved by the devastating images of Fort McMurray, Mohaf Aldiri called on other Syrian families in this Edmonton neighborhood to help. All of them donated to his campaign, which has now raised more than $3,000.
يعني شو معناته واحد يخسر بيته، يخسر شغله، يخسر كل شيء.
For him as a Syrian refugee, he knew the pain that the Fort McMurray people feel. Like for him, he lost his home as well in Syria, and you know there's a war going on right now.
Aldiri's collected contributions from around 60 Syrian families all over the city, and he's inspired the Edmonton man who first met him as a volunteer, now a best friend.
It's outstanding. Like I was talking to a couple of people on the phone yesterday, and they actually started to cry because it was just so nice. And I don't know, it's very incredible what he's done.
Yesterday I saw the kitchen for...
And he's not finished. The money Aldiri's raised is going to a special dinner for evacuees in Edmonton, where they'll be served traditional Syrian food.
I hope the people from McMurray is happy.
Mohaf Aldiri is also volunteering at the temporary evacuee reception centers.
Maybe we could be the start of something. Be together at the start of time. There's a ghost upon the moor tonight. Now it's in our house. But when you walked into the room just then, it's like the sun came